classes, so let's begin with that. So we got with eGet. Okay. So last time we are talking about the different oh. It's there. Okay, thanks. Okay, so we have started with the discussion. Actually, I told about this part, first part of it, right? How we can go with different required, read, visible, minimum, max count, like that, right? So now, actually, like we'll talk about the next level, okay? The validate tool. And actually, like activity, I will cover this one in later classes. So this one actually, like once we discuss about the activity, we'll talk about this in that time. Okay. So today we are going to talk about validate rule. Okay. So normally validate rule is very easy to write. Okay. You don't need to write any language or anything. Actually, it will be a simple format. So let's see. We have our section. Okay. So within that we have one more sections we have included. So just actually I want to include that open there. Okay. So I'm just opening that section. So within that section we have many fields, right? So we have this product quantity. At this moment we mark that as mandatory field. Okay. Now actually I also want that the product quantity what I'm getting entered it should be greater than 0. Okay. It actually we want actually like the validation on this field. It says that this field should be greater than 0. Okay. And it should not be negative. It should not be negative and it should be greater than 0 and it should be numeric. So that thing we want to put into this value. Okay. So how we are going to put on that? So for that we are going to write a validate rule. So let's see, we are going to write a validate rule now. So validate rule is the part of the process. So within actually let's say purchase, we are going to write a validate rule. So create process. In the process you can see a validate rule. Okay. Check product quantity. Just actually like you can put all the validation in a single validate rule itself. Like see, when we use edit validate, edit input, that is actually related to a single property. But validate rule or you can put into, so like if you say check product quantity. So as the check product, it's like my validate rule is just like check product. Okay. So there I can put multiple validations for each one of them. So this is actually like you can see your validate tool will look like. So for which property you want to put the validation. Okay. So that we need to write in this way. So it will be purchase dot product quantity. Okay. So that's the field. Actually, like it will put this. Actually, we are going to put the condition, and then click on add to add the validation here. Okay, so if you can see, there are various type of functions available. So Pega has provided this one actually like to provide the feature. Actually, like you don't need to write the code for it. Actually, they have given functions. So for this, actually they have created functions in between, and to simplify that one, they have given in this example. So here actually, if we say we want to compare. Okay, so first number relationship with the second number. So this is the number. So we can use this one, this logic here. Okay. So here also I can go with product product quantity. Okay. So it's actually greater than or equal to 1. Okay. So that actually I have done that, and there is actually like we call it as message rule. So either we can create a new rule, product quantity message, or we can hard code it here as well. Okay, so this is actually like another product rule within the Pega. So it will be easy to maintain the message rule. So it is best to create a separate message and put it here. Okay, so it's going to open a message rule. So within message rule, like what type of this message? So we say like say an error. Okay, so there it's like I can write that quantity should be greater than 0. Okay, so that's the message I have given that. Okay, and I save this message rule and I submit that as well. So that's actually going to add the validation. So now the validation is added here. So you can add multiple validations here as well. Okay, actually like if you want, actually we can go for multiple validation on this. Okay. And one more thing, actually if you want to stop the validation, there is a continue validation as well. So if you say something actually like if you want to stop the validation there itself, you can stop the validation also. And if you want actually like and or all condition with it, so you can add here itself. So that it's like it's or and you want to put, you can put it. If this or that, you can also put it here. So let's say I want to put it here. One more condition. So let's say we're going to compare. So here actually I'm just checking is anything here there is actually evaluate expression to true. Okay. So normally this is actually like here you can write in some function. So if you say actually just want to, I just want to check is numeric. Okay, math function. So here actually like if you can see here, oh, it's not coming here anymore. Math. H. Yeah, is number. So that just now is in okay, is number. Okay. let's say I want to use that. Okay, so here I can give that the property. So here I can write that product quantity. Okay. I think I need to use the negative of that, sorry. So it should be negation of that. If it is number, then it's fine, right? So we want actually it should be not a number normally. So I can negate that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So this validate rule I have written now. Okay. So now how I can use it, right? So validate rule, you can refer it multiple places. Okay. So this is the validate rule is written. Okay. So now I want to call this tool. Okay. So normally like we need to go with the flow action, the related flow action, which is like in we have called for that. Okay. So sorry, not here. So we want to open the process. From the open process, we can get to know which flow action is used for that purpose. Okay. So here you need that this is the flow action name, which is actually associated with the flow. Okay. So if you open the flow action, so you can see that this is the name of the section which is calling from flow action. Then in the validation tab, we can call the rule. So you can see that we have created on the case label on add and validate on that day. So this is the case label we have created. This is actually we are checking now the check product rule. Okay. Either we can use it here or we can use that in an activity or data transform, that is pre-processing and post-processing. So currently we are not doing anything. So that's we'll check it out. So we need to check it out, this flow action, and we need to save it. Okay. So now we are just checking the validate rule now. So let's see how it's going to work on that. Yeah. So now you can see we have Galaxy Note. Okay. So here actually I'm giving the product price as 1000. Okay, and I'm putting the next item. Why the error message is not came? Oh, error message will come after the submit. Actually, initially it's a required field, so that's actually the messages came for that. So because we have marked that as required, okay. So we have selected the next quantity again, okay. And now if you click submit, the error message will pop up. Oh, so let's say actually like I'm putting A. Oh, this one again. A is not in, because see this is now your dictionary validation, the required part which did it at the first. All this actually like the validation which we have given, right? So let's say we are going to give it -5. Okay. So now you see it's become negative -2. Okay. Now we are going to submit that. If validation will rule fine, it will show you that. So here you can see that the quantity should be greater than 0. The message is coming on that. But why it's showing like that? It should come with that. Okay, maybe it's a page list item is there, so that is coming in that way. Okay, so this is actually one of the place I put it on that. Now if you say your purchase date is there, okay, purchase date which I am putting it here, okay, so I can choose any date. So I should not choose any past date. Okay, so like I want to put into validation that the purchase date should not be in past. Okay, so let's see how we can put on that name. So we have the same validation rule. Check product. Okay, so there I'm going to write a I need to check out. Okay, so here it will say like I'm going to write on. So now all the properties will come in here. So the purchase date. Okay, I need to just check it once. The purchase date is what I got it. Oh, it's a text. I need to change it to date first. Is it done the work or it's here. I just want to change the type of that field. In previous version, it was not possible to change it, but in the recent version, actually they have given the provision to change the type of the field. Oh, it's not coming. Okay, I need to delete it. Yeah, when I'm deleting it, it's asking us like we want just to change the type of the property. So actually Pega itself delete it and it's actually internally change that. So we say I just want to keep the date only field. Or yeah, fine. Okay, so now it's become date only. And I'm going to go and check product, purchase date. I want to add now add. Okay, so here I have actually a pre-built function. A date time is in the past to future. Do I need to change it to date time? Okay, let's for clarity purpose, I'm just making it a date time now. Yeah, date time. Because that function will work with the date time. Okay. So let's do it. So now this time field is there. So we have the purchase date. So with like if you say is in the past, so we say we want to write the message. So this time I'm writing the not writing the message rule. Okay, purchase date should not be in past. Okay. Yeah. So this is done. Now if you go to our case, okay, and we want to put some purchase back date for the purchase date, okay, and I click on submit. Okay, something we need to rephrase that one because we have made the property type and various things changes. Okay, let's create a new work object better. Okay, so if you see now, if you choose a previous date, okay, and any quantity negative, okay, and click submit on that. So you can see that now purchase date should not be in past, okay, and if you see the message here, quantity should be greater than 0. So this one we can set it actually how we want to display the error message. We can configure it. Actually, if you want to display below of that, we can able to do that as well. So that how we can do it. we'll see that. We have opened the sections, right? Yeah, this one I'm talking. Yeah. So if you see within that, you have an option to do that. I just need to check it out. So currently, and that actually I'll check it and I'll let you know. Okay, so the option is there actually if you want to display at the bottom of that. So this way you can have seen the level of validation. Okay, so same thing actually if you see you have done with the OBJ validate now. Okay, and if you want to do that the same with the declare constraint tool. So declare rules actually already told. So you don't need to call the validate rule. So automatically it will be going to create that. So let's say for the same purpose, okay, product quantity, I'm going to create a declare constraint rule. So whatever the things sorry. Okay. So let's say we want to create a declare constraint rule. So declare constraint rule creation is same as the validation rule. So if you go to the decision, you see a constraint rule. Okay. So here I'm just take product. So I'm just giving the same name. Yeah. So here you can see that the condition. So you can write a when condition first. If that is true, then it's going to check the next part. Okay. So if you see if purchase date so here it's like if you can see you want to compare or you want to write a functions like that. So if you see date time is the past time, there it's like directly the provision is there. The same way we are writing it there. So if you say purchase date is in the past, okay. Okay. Actually, if you don't want, I can remove the second bit. Oh, sorry, it's simply removing that bit also. So date is in the past and the future. So if the purchase date is in the past, okay. So if it is in the past, I need to put one more condition here. Like I cannot achieve the same thing. So if some condition is getting matched, I think I can skip the when condition. Okay. So because I don't want anything here. I can go directly with here. Okay, so here I can need to add message purchase date cannot be in future. Oh, sorry, past. I just want to write declare so that we can differentiate that. So like I wrote the purchase date. Okay. So let's see how it's going to work. Okay. So let's say I'm just changing the date now. Declare rules. It should try that. Okay. Let's see. It's 23 minutes repeated. Okay. So there is error is not coming. Now I need to go with the back date. Oh, sorry. Is it okay? Let's see. We'll try with the trace it like where we are getting problem. So tracer plays an important role whenever you want, and if issues in that, we can go for tracer. In setting, we need to check that if the declare constraint rule are picking up that. So declare the constraint rule is there. Okay. Now see if I go and change the date once again. So I'm going to take the 10th. Okay, next. It's not invoking that declare constraint rule. Why? I'm sorry. Yeah, right, it's here. Rule. No, that's it. Like it's opening the pages only. That's that. It's not. I think I need to recreate the case once again. Let's see with that. I need to stop the tracer. Oh, already I can stop it. Okay. So this time I'm seeing it until I can put it 8. Put it here. The that this will not give the product right side. No, it's declare constraint rule is not getting fired. It should be fired in this. Okay. It's not getting fired at all. Declare rule should auto fire. It should be called. Amplify that. That's the by default Pega feature on that. We have this constraint defining work class. Okay, this is on purchase date. Purchase date is also in the yeah, it's actually in the here only. That's getting traced, but why that's declare rules are actually defined in such a way that it should be called from the Pega itself, but somehow yeah, okay, one more thing, yeah, this should be checked out. With declare rules doesn't work, no, it's work with that. Choose into it will go to the next screen. Why it's stop here? It's only 2. 2 is greater than 0. But 2 also it's creating problem. Why? string. Did you put the finish? I think this is creating. No. It is behaving strange today. Okay, I think I have defined this product quantity to be. What is the type of product quantity? It's an integer. Can we have the evaluation property? See, actually, okay. It should be less than or equal to 0, sorry. Okay, so actually we should put these conditions like that. If it is less than or equal to 0, then we should get the message. Not if it is greater than 1, then it's fine, right? Okay, sorry. It should be less than or equal to 0, then it should be worked with that. Now if it's submitted, it will work fine. Yeah, sorry. Actually, like I put the wrong condition and trying to do that. Okay.
It means it's working.
Yeah, it's working. Sorry, actually I was doing the wrong way.
Yeah.
So it should be less than or 0, less than or equal to 0. We should give the warning. Actually, like we should stop it. Otherwise, if it is a positive value, then actually we can go ahead. Yeah. The declare one, I will check on that. Actually, why the declare rule is not getting fired? Because actually, like this declare rule, it should be fired automatically. We don't need to take care of that one. But currently, it's not doing that. So I'll check on this one and I'll get back tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So we'll continue on clear this. Okay. So on dividend, actually I've already shown to you. Okay. So this one will show you in the flow action tab. In the validation tab, we can add the validate rule. Okay. The next thing is called as client side validation and server side validation. Okay. So what do you mean by client side and server side validation? Okay. So your client side is your browser. Okay. When it's like you're seeing your screen, right? So so you can see now, actually like the product quantity, the required part, right? Or the UI part, like I'm not giving any values, right? If I click submit. So this is actually before submit, at least the validation is happening in the browser itself. Actually, we are not going to the server to revalidate everything. So it's now checking each individual field. If it is this required, it is not there, it's going to make you not to submit the form. Okay, So that type of validation actually will give the user a instantly that one. So it's not that it's like, okay, it need to go back to the server and all the error message will come at a log. So while entering the details itself, if some of the things are which is mandatory or something values need to be needed, so we can put it in this way. So that's actually like we can say client-side validation. So normally like all your UI things, okay, are actually client-side validation, and the OBJ validate, edit validate, and edit input. That three are normally is the server-side validation. So edit input, edit validate, and all the validate rules. Whatever the put we have put it on the edit validate. So once we click onto the submit button, only that, after that we are going to get the that validation. So actually after clicking on the submit, we are going to get it. Okay, so that only you can see the message is coming there now. So that is difference between the client side and server side validation. So sometimes if you want to enable the client side validation, you can see in the flow action rule. So if you see our flow action rule, so this is the flow action rule. Okay, in the HTML tab you have option that one. Okay, enable client side validation. So if you click on that, it is going to do the client side validation. So if you say actually like I remove that from this one. Okay, and now if I go here, okay, and you say I'm removing these values. Okay. Some of the things are actually like by default, like client side. So normally like if you see actually like some of the expression rules like when rule, the visibility conditions, okay, you want to do it in the client side itself. So that time it will help. Actually that we put into this case manager rule, okay. So normally like when we put, we have removed that, so it puts some of the condition here, right, visible when and edit validate rule. So when we put into the client-side validation, actually like it creates some JavaScript and put into the browser cache. Actually like if you see, actually the browser cache will be there and then it will be enabled with that. So this is one place, if you want the client-side validation to be invoked, we can maintain into the flow action rule. Okay, that's the. So we need normally like we go with the flow action rule here. Okay, and another place is the harness. Okay, there is another place where we can give the client-side validation is the harness. So because actually I think it's already available in the harness as well. So how I can see the harness? So that will be 1 minute. I'll show you the harness for it. So this is the live UI. So from there, let's see, this is the harness case manager 7. Okay. So if you see, I am going to open that harness in my portal. There also you can see in the advanced tab, you have an option, enable client-side validation. Okay. Due to that, actually it is able to go for your client-side validation, all your required condition and then everything is happening due to that. If you remove that, it will not going to do.
Harness and where again?
Sorry?
The harness. What's the other place you can do the client-side validation? In the harness?
Yeah.
And
this is actually first the place is the harness.
yes.
Okay. And second place is the your this one flow action rule.
Okay, flow action.
Flow action rule, HTML tab, you have this one.
Okay, flow action. Okay.
There are two places we have this enable client side validation, we can put it.
HT.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Tab. Okay. Thank you.
So this way we can put, and how we can do from the activity, I'll just show you that as well. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to remove this validation rule from here. Okay. I'm not put it into the in my validation directly. I'm going to use that in the activity rule. So if you say in the post processing, I want to write an activity to do that. Check product info. Okay. So let's see if like I'm going to create a new activity. Okay. So here I created a data transform. No, sorry. I given in the data transform. I don't want in the activity. Okay. We'll talk about the activity. What is activity in the future classes? So just I'll give you a view of that. So this is an activity. Okay. Here I can call obj validate. Okay. So there is a method which is called as obj validate. Okay.
Okay.
So here I can give the name of the which one I want to invoke. So I created that's it. So I can save my flow action as well now. I need to close some of the stuff. Yeah. So I'll just save this one again. Okay. So this time it's going to run the activity to show me this validation. So I need to start live UI, go and create a new work object. Okay. So this time actually the validate will be invoked from the activity. So if you say I'm going to put the -5. Okay. So if you click in this, I'll get the error message here itself now. See the same error message which is actually like now it's getting invoked from the activity. So you can invoke the obj methods from this as well. Okay. So now actually I'll show you some more ways. Within the activity you have some more options. But Pega's best practice doesn't say to go for activity. So activity they want to avoid as much as possible. Okay. So if you say I commented this one again. Okay, I'm going to write a new method like we have property validate. So you can see property validate. Okay. So here you feel like what you want to validate. So if you say purchase product quantity. So here actually like you want to give the how you want to validate it. So if you say just age integer, okay. So this is like little different on that. So if you say actually like if you want to make it required, you want to put some values here. If please enter numeric value. I'm not sure, but let me try because already say integer, right?
Yeah, I think integer is other than numeric.
Yeah, actually, Pega by default, actually the dictionary validation will come into that.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, actually, let me say I want to take with the
character.
like to take some other values. Okay. So let's say total amount. Just a minute. we use the property validate. Okay. So if you go there now, so currently like if you say total amount is, so it's actually in a numeric only, like it is not going to do anything. Yeah, so if you see this one, so that's, please enter a numeric value. So if you say like put it, because the product price is, so if you say I put it 100, right, and I click on submit, it will be fine. Oh, again it's saying numeric values in total amount. So that's actually validation wise actually is doing, actually did not put, because actually we are calculating for the declared expression, the value, it's actually doing in that way. We have put in into the, okay, total amount we have put in as a decimal. Okay, so that's why it's in like it's creating problem with the this part. So I can put, so it's yeah, so now it's coming as 100.5. Every time that message is coming. So this is the way actually when actually I'm not going on the correct way. So this is the way we can put another validation, and we have one more method we call as page validate. Okay, so this way it's going to validate the complete page. What are the different things is coming, it will going to validate with that. Then we have another message is called as property set message. Okay. So here actually what message you want to put? Like so normally like when we do is actually we put a when condition here like this. So this is if anything you want to say is normally I don't have many fields in the page to check it out. Is product available? Okay, let's see it's in this way. What we put into that? Okay, so normally we have given that condition, right? Is product is available or not, right? So I need to remove one of them. So just actually we are checking for A, okay? So we are checking that hard coded that one, right? P001. So we are just checking for the first one. So if it is greater than 0, that means it's available, okay? So now, so I know which is available. I want to put that condition. So if you say I want to, based on that when condition, so if it's product available. So now we know that product is available. I want to add a message, something like, I'm just giving you an example for this. This is not the actual implementation. Product, oh it's already late. Product date. Just I'm writing one that thing, and I want to put into the purchase date. Okay. Oh, I need to create a message rule for it. Okay, I'll put any message here. Activity does not exist. Okay. Yeah. So now we will go and submit this. Okay. Because we know product is available. So what it's going to do is it's going to add a message in the purchase date. See, like that. This activity does not exist. so that you can put it a valid message there. So there is the multiple way we can able to put in this one validation. Okay. And actually once you are happy with that, so at the first step what we do is actually we can see one message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a way to pull these messages from a database or someplace
Yeah,
outside?
is it clean from the database only?
Is it able to, are you able to pull, say you want to do a validation, but you want to get the messages, the error messages, depending on the code from a database or someplace else? Can you do that? If the error message is A, give them this. If it is B, give them this.
Yeah, that way actually I'll show you that. Actually you can retrieve the message and you can put it into a variable, in a text variable, and you can display it like that way.
Oh, okay. If we can go through that maybe tomorrow, it'll be great.
Yeah, I'll show you that tomorrow.
Okay.
So normally, like if you see whatever the message rule you are creating, right? So this is the message, right? This is actually coming from the database.
Oh, okay.
This is actually stored in a database. So that message, like you see, it has a different message. So if you say I change this to a different one, this is from the database only. Like it's stored in a database. So if you say actually just want to say attach file field, okay?
Oh, okay.
So the message will come from the database. Actually, I'll say this one submit. So attach a file to one field. So the message is in the database.
Just store it in there and then we'll bring them up on demand.
Yeah. So now actually if you say that all the messages are already in the database, I'm just taking the message rule to display it here. So that I can directly populate the table directly. The message can be populated directly.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. And actually I'll show you, actually if you have an external database also, you can maintain that. From there also we can retrieve and display it here.
Because that's what we're doing in our office. We centralize all of our messages because we have like 8 different applications within a portal, right? So we want to centralize all the error messages, and then we give each error message a code. And so when that validation error, whether it's validation error or any error for that matter, that code comes up and then pulls it from the database and show them. But it wants to be in a unified place so that multiple applications can pull the same error instead of having individual applications with their own error messages. We want to have a shared environment or in a single space, so all the applications can pull it from there, and then we just add new error messages as we go along.
Yeah, I think that's the best approach to do it. Actually, now most of the places actually they want actually the configuration need to be done from their end. So no need actually in future if they want to add new things, so they can able to do it from their end as well.
Yes, that's what we're doing. That's what we're trying.
And tomorrow what actually we'll do is we'll talk about the activity. There actually I'll tell you that. And before that, external database, how we can connect with the external database, and how we can get the values and everything. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Cheers. Bye-bye. Have a good day.